given to them by the poll workers.
Yes.
It did not read their ballot.
Okay.
And they slid it in there twice. I used a pen.
Yep.
Took their Sharpie and threw it away.
And it read your ballot.
And it read my ballot.
And it read your ballot.
And it read my
so
ballot.
what they're doing is they're telling people to use the Sharpies. That way,
Yes.
those votes aren't counted.
Yes.
That's exactly what's happening. So there was other people that were in there voting with their pens, and they literally went around and they were yanking pens out of their hands.
Yes, they tried to do that to me, and I took their Sharpie and I hid it because then they said, look for all the Sharpies that are not being used and take the Sharpies back. They had a bowl of pens behind them that they were not giving to people and only giving Sharpies out.
There we go. So the ones with the Sharpies are not being read at all.
No.
No. None of those ballots are being read.
Of course not.
So that's it, and so they're doing it because they're trying to skew all of the votes in there.
And
That's exactly what's going on.
They didn't try to even slide it more than one time. They immediately took it and slid it in the front, like not even tried a second time. They just
That's correct.
ran it through and slid it in the front, and I was like, wait a
That's what they did with yours?
Yep, and I just went with a Sharpie and voted Trump, and she just slid it in, and that was it. But
they're not counting. They're not counting the ones with the Sharpies. And so they're forcing people to use the Sharpies, and those votes aren't being counted.
Right.
That's what's going on.
Right. And then I posted it on my Facebook group chat in my neighborhood. They said they did it at the Queen Creek Library. They did it at ASU Polytech earlier. They're like 4 different polling places were doing Sharpies, all in, like, between Queen Creek and, like, the edge of Gilbert.
Yep. And those ones are not being counted.
Yes.
They're invalid.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yes.
like, I have proof.
So they're invalidating votes is what they're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like,
That's how
I
it
took a
feels like.
picture of my
Okay.
ballot for
And then
Trump.
there was a guy that directly came out and yelled at me 3 times. They both came out.
Oh, no, they called the sheriffs
You guys
and said that, and told us to stop handing out the ballpoint pens, in which case those are the only ones that are actually being counted and validated.
I used your pen and then I
Yeah.
sent it back to you and I
And
said,
they're-
give this to somebody. 'Cause
Yes, yes. And so we know that, and we've been telling them, you need to use a ballpoint pen, not the Sharpie, and now those are getting invalidated.
Yeah.
So people are coming here to vote for Donald Trump, and those votes are all getting invalidated. That's what's going on. There we go. That's all we need. Perfect.
She doesn't think that's what you
Welcome to the new America.
So don't use a colored pen, don't use a marker, don't use mascara, use a black ballpoint pen, and make sure you circle in that oval as dark as possible so there's no need for us to do any darkening on your behalf.